You ain't give me no advice.
Okay. Call me a bad
Listen-
friend.
Oh my god! If you think about it like that.
You don't give me advice, so okay. Dang.
Welcome back to It's Controversial. I'm Nay,
I'm Cookie.
and today we're going to talk about how to make friends, or good friends for that matter.
Yeah.
Today is really just going to be a continuum. Oh, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it. It's
I
like
was like, that's the only word I could think of.
our
other than-
last episode, which will be out by the time you see this, was about our friendship and how we became friends. So I was like, we should kind of talk about like how to. I don't want to say how to make good friends because I can't tell people. I don't know. I mean, I can only say like tips, but it's not. I don't know because I can't really just be like, this is how you do it, because that's not true. Because sometimes it doesn't work that way for everybody.
That's fair.
But
that's how it worked for us.
I don't even know how it worked for us because we didn't
It was
intend for it to be what it became.
No, and we didn't force it.
And I think that's because a lot of people do force friendships, and it's like you don't have to be friends with that person, but because I see that a lot. Because I really wouldn't be able to tell somebody how to be friends with somebody.
How about this? Not how to make good friends, but like,
or
who are you friends with?
What we believe is a good friendship would be a better interpretation. Like, what do we think a friendship should be, or what do you think a friendship is?
Okay, so what friendship is basically
what do we think friendship is?
Okay, what we think.
Because I don't want to put that on. I don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to give people advice. Because I may not be a good friend with people, or you may not be a good friend with you. Like, from them looking at us, they'll probably be like, are y'all sure y'all think y'all good friends? Do you? Because you know how people are. They'll be like, I don't think y'all, like, just how they used to say about us, like, oh, yeah, I don't think y'all should live together, like that type of stuff. So like, that's why I said what we think it is. I think I'm a good friend, but for the most part, at least.
I think I'm.
But everybody may not think that, like, from the outside looking in.
Yeah, I feel like when you're trying to like be a good friend, you gotta like not just think about yourself. Like, I feel like it's so easy, but well, that's just my friend. I don't really like, how people like try to like disassociate themselves from the person, so like really being their friend, it's like they have a cutoff point. And I understand having boundaries, but it's like either be their friend or don't be in like this weird.
Yeah, and I think honesty
weird thing you're forcing to be in that weird era.
Yeah, I've never really I guess had that issue because like if you're my friend, like I feel like those are people who don't really like their friends, in my opinion, because I'm like, especially the ones that like brush stuff off. It's like, I'm only your friend, like I can't do much. It's like you can actually do a lot for your friend, like if you're genuinely their friend. I don't think it's like a stopping point to where you can't be, like, if that makes sense, like you can emotionally be there for somebody if you can't physically be there, but they'll be like, oh, I can't do much, I mean, I'm only your friend, like that's not my job, like that type of stuff.
Yeah,
but I'm not saying like it's not. There is like, it's boundaries in friendship just like there's boundaries in any other type of relationship, but like it shouldn't just stop because you feel like you're gonna be, I don't know, maybe they feel like that's past their boundary, then maybe that's what they mean by that. I don't really know.
I know, but at some point it's like, dang, if you can be my friend, what can I depend on you for? If every time I come to you it's a blockade, like what is the point?
Like, dang, I just,
it's like, dude, oh my bad, dude.
Like, dang, I can't vent to you because it's not my business, or it's not your business, or I can't do this because that's not your business. Like, okay, so what are you here for? Like, can we do anything together?
We might just be strangers.
Yeah, I don't know you. You don't know
each other by association, which is also fine. You can know someone
but
just by
like
association.
You can have boundaries. There's nothing wrong with that. But
you gotta think about, why are you friends with this person? They can't help. You can't help them, and they can't help you.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what do we think friendship is? Because I don't think people have the same concept of friendship.
And I'm not saying like look at friendship as a benefit counter, like somewhere you get rewards or somewhere you get something out of, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not thinking about like
And it's
materialistic,
also
or it's
friendships
not one
are
sided.
not void fillers or like placeholders. A friendship should be genuine. Like how I say like you as my friend was like it was also like a friendship, but it was also like you were like family. So like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what it should lead into. Just like how people become family, like when they get married or whatever, like that. That's how. Like I told you, it's like a very small difference for me in romantic relationships and platonic relationships. Because I'm like, I will still treat my friends as if like they were family or a marriage. That sound bad, but it's like that. Like my loyalty is like that with my
Mm-hmm.
friends, because I don't have friends, but like you don't feel like you're like separate from anybody else, like of my family or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think people think like that at all. It is like,
No.
but I
And
guess that's where
then
boundaries come in. I really don't know. Maybe I don't have boundaries.
and then I also think about like those people. And what you said just dawned on me
Because
too
maybe
late.
I don't. As far as that, I don't. Maybe it's like everybody I love is it's all in it's equal. Like it's not anybody above anybody. Like my all my love is like the same for everybody. It's like there's no I love this person less because they are my friend or they're like
Okay, that's fair.
if that makes sense.
That's fair.
And I don't think people think but is that boundaries or is that just like I don't know what that is.
That's a long pause. I
Because
don't
because
know.
I'm trying
I
to
don't
think like what
know.
is that? What could that be? I don't know what that means. I'm really trying to think because I do that. I really
I
do.
know you do, but I don't know if that's like a
That's not
boundaries thing.
boundaries. That
No,
can't be. I don't know what that is,
because
but
why would you need boundaries when you love all those people? Why would you need
because
it?
there is because that's what I was like. That's what I was saying. Like maybe that is just boundaries for people. Like there is something like you shouldn't step over when it comes to like friendships or something. I don't. I don't know. I don't know because I can't relate. So it's kind of
Okay.
hard. But I do get why people say like, okay, remember they're just your friend or they're just like
Okay,
I.
okay, okay. I see what you're saying, and I do have an example because I remember one time I was like 9 or 10, and I had this friend who used to come to my mom's church with me, and we were cool, like hanging out every day.
Mm-hmm,
And then my cousin came to town, and it's my cousin. Like I have a
mm-hmm.
stronger connection with my cousin, and so she came to church with us, sat with us, and everything. And I didn't mean to let her feel left out, by because I would
Like
keep talking.
who
The other
the
friend,
friend?
yeah.
Oh,
So, but it was like that was my cousin. I hardly ever see this cousin, and so afterwards I called my friend. I'm like, hey, did you have a good time or whatever? And she was like, your cousin's ugly. Your cousin sucks. And I'm like, and so I hung her in the face and never talked to her ever again. So that
okay,
was
but
my
that's
form
that.
with
Okay, but
boundaries
that's.
because you crossed a line.
But I also feel like I wouldn't even let. But also I wouldn't let my cousin talk to my friend about like I wouldn't let either one happen.
Hmm.
Like I wouldn't let you say something bad about my cousin or I wouldn't let my cousin say something bad about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's I don't know how that works then. Because it either way it would be like it wouldn't be oh this is my cousin. It would be like oh no don't talk nobody that I love like that. Like so it'll be either
Oh,
way. You
okay.
get what I'm
Because it's in
saying?
the same boat with you.
Yes. So that's why I was like it's hard for me to
Well, I
say
was young
that.
then because
I
I was
know
like,
I
I did
know but
not
I'm just but
care.
people think like that now
Yeah.
even at our age like but it's valid. Like I'm not taking that away from them because I mean I get it. Some people do feel like my family is above my platonic relationships, which makes sense. I mean, like you just met those people, or you've known your family
Because the
longer than
connection is
yeah.
different.
And I get that, but for me, it's not that way. It's just like yeah, watch what you're saying, watch what you're doing, because that's still somebody that I care about,
Mm-hmm.
regardless if it's my cousin or a sister or best friend.
And
Like
I ain't gonna lie, like growing old, like getting older, and not after talking about that story, it helps me like realize I kind of changed a little bit
mm-hmm.
because as you get older, you realize like blood is not thicker than water, and it's like, dang, I like you've been my best friend for a long time, and
Yeah,
like you've seen that sometimes family isn't
yeah,
always the best to have around, So it's like trying to navigate that, like, dang. maybe I could have other friends or something like that. And it's not just for
Mm-hmm.
me, it's for anybody, because sometimes it is okay to have other friends, and maybe those friends are you're closer to them than your family. Sometimes it happens. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like a
And
situational type
people
of thing.
do view that as like, I've seen people view it as like a bad thing almost. Like they feel like you would choose your friends over your family, and it's
But
like it's not really bad. It's like you can create a family like with your friends. Like it does feel like family.
mhm.
Like I don't see why that's so hard to like. I mean, we get it. Like we understand that we're not blood related, but there's still like a family bond. So why
Mhm.
is that a bad thing to like?
And then it's like the family that you have could be the worst people. Like they could be so awful to you,
Yeah,
awful for your mental, emotional well being, and then you have friends that make you feel welcome. And it's
mm-hmm.
like, you want me to choose them over you
Because they're family.
just
You
because
don't,
it's a
and you
title?
also just like you don't have to have a relationship with a friend. You don't have to have a relationship with a family member just because they're
Mhm.
your family, because that doesn't mean anything. If they treat you like trash, that doesn't mean you have to sit around and take it,
Yeah,
because
just because of their family,
that's weird.
and it's wrong.
Because you wouldn't sit around and take it from a friend. So what's the difference?
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
I just don't. I don't know. I'll never understand that. But I also do have like a loving family. Like we're really close, but all families have their issues, of course, and my family certainly does. But I still have a very close family, so I've never had these experiences with that type of stuff. But I know I've seen it from in other people's families, so I'm like I can obviously see that it happens.
Mhm.
But like it shouldn't be a forced thing. Like I wouldn't want to feel like I have to be around somebody just because I have somebody in my family who nobody wants to be around, but it's like they feel like we have to do this in order to please like everybody else in the family. But it's like we're all unhappy.
Around
We
you.
all don't want to be around this person,
Mhm.
but we have to because uh, denial. I don't even know what it is, but it's I don't know. I just don't like that, but I don't know. I guess friendships and family just don't. I mean, they're just basically the same for me, which is why I don't really have a lot of friends because like that is a lot. Like to let somebody in like that to feel like family, I feel like that is a lot to just
Mhm.
for to do like with a whole bunch of friends. Like I can't do that. That is a lot. I can't do that. Like you've met almost my entire. Well, you probably have met my entire family for the most part.
I think so.
The ones I care about. I'm just kidding. No, just kidding. But like mostly everybody though. I'm just kidding. That was a
Yeah,
joke.
it's weird that all your like when you're when your Mima says she remember me, I'm like,
Yeah,
how do you remember me? She knows my
yeah,
name. Like that is crazy.
yeah.
Your
It
grandma's really
is.
be asking about me. That's how I know I've been in the family too long. That is
Yeah,
crazy.
and I've only had
Grandmas?
one other friend who to meet. If you meet my grandparents, oh, it's over
Oh, you
with.
met mine
Yeah,
too.
if you meet my like it's over with. You can't go anywhere now because you met Grammy. I'll let you meet Grammy.
You know, I didn't even let some boyfriends meet
Mm-mm.
my grandma.
I didn't have no boyfriends, but you see, he not going nowhere because you met Grammy. You been to the house. You can't go anywhere now.
It's too late.
It
MTV.
no, it really is. People don't understand.
MTV.
People don't understand. Like that right there, that's like yeah, it's you too far in now. You can't go anywhere. I'm just saying.
What can you do?
Seriously.
What can you do? But it's just I see some friendships where it's like they say how they're so close,
Mm-hmm.
they're so like in tune with each other, but they barely talk. And when they do talk, they have like arguments and fights, and it's like yes, people do have fights, as we clearly showed you. We have fights in the other video. If you haven't watched, we talk about all our fights. But it's like the love was still there. Like there wasn't a second that was like I'm never gonna be friends
Yes,
with
it
you ever
was.
again.
It
But
was,
but
but
it's not
it just
like
didn't
it didn't
happen that
last
way. Like it did,
long.
because I feel like that's what friendship. That's what a true friendship is. I feel like if you get in an argument and
We
that
weren't
friendship is oh
disrespectful.
yeah, no, absolutely not. I would never do that because dang, I didn't say I didn't care about you. Like, I'm mad at
Yeah.
you, but I didn't say I didn't care about you. Like that's weird. because like I'm like, you argued with somebody and then that's just the end. That's it. Like, was that really a friendship?
Yeah. What was that? 5 minutes later, I ran to you. 5 minutes later, after we had our little
no, because that was
spat,
it. Maybe it was a
wanted
little
to
bit
pause.
late. It was like an hour because we went through class, didn't talk because we weren't in the same class,
Oh yeah.
and then after the class you came back
I thought it was on the way too.
mm-mm.
Oh,
We had an attitude for a good hour. We wasn't, well, I didn't have the attitude, but we
I
were
did.
quiet. We
I
weren't talking to
marching
anybody.
mad.
We weren't really talking to each other like at all throughout the class period. Didn't text
I
her nothing.
came to my senses. I was like, yeah, I can't really imagine my life without her.
I just feel like that's how it's supposed to be. I don't feel like if you are in a, like, you have a friendship with somebody and you'll get into a disagreement or something or whatever petty argument it is, because that was very ugly what we did. But like you get into that kind of situation and then the friendship is completely over. You never talk to that person again. It's like you just throw people away like that. Like that, there was no genuine connection right there. You just wanted a friend,
Mm-hmm.
and you just, that wasn't. I don't think that was a connection at all. If it's that easy to throw away,
Mm-hmm.
but that's my opinion.
And I feel like, to speak on what you said, how friends don't fill voids. I feel like so many people there just get friends just to not feel lonely.
Yeah,
And just to not feel like
I
I
don't
have
any
nobody.
friends.
Yeah. And it's like, it's okay to not
Although
have
I
any
don't
friends.
mind that, and
I know you don't.
I'd rather find true, genuine friends instead of like having somebody that like is phony or
Yeah.
I don't want that around me, and I don't need groups of friends to feel like I'm not alone. Like I don't know. I don't know people's reasons. I really don't know people's reasons for having like multiple friends or needing friends or
Mhm.
constantly needing to be around somebody. I don't know that their specific reason, but
I know. And I'm like, I've had other friends besides you. But I mean,
Yeah.
you've always been my best friend.
Yeah.
Like, I knew you were not going anywhere. But it's like the other friends
there's
I've
nothing
had.
wrong with that either. Like you
Yeah.
can have other friends.
Yeah. And so, like, I feel like when I noticed who they were,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, I can't be friends with you. Because
It's
it's like,
so
well, how could you
hard.
do that?
It's so hard to find real friends or like decent ones. I don't
Because it's like,
know.
why would I want to be like, why would
Mhm.
someone want to be friends with you? Like, that's
Right.
the main thing. Like, are you loyal? Are you nice? Which is like, can mean so many things. Like, are you nice?
Mhm.
Are you there for someone?
Kind.
Yeah, like,
Just kind and like, or can like, are you? I don't.
can you
Loyalty
sympathize?
is like one thing where I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like honesty and loyalty kind of come in the same thing with me with friendships. Like I'm gonna say what I need to say, because if I can say it behind your back, then I should be able to say it to you, because I'm not gonna say something that I will be like, I'm not gonna tell her this.
Mhm.
No, I should be able to say it, because then that would just be phony. So I'm like,
Mhm.
honesty and loyalty definitely just go hand in hand, because I'm like, I'm not gonna be fake.
Mhm.
Like I can't do that. Like, but I
Especially
don't
to someone
think
you
people.
be in their face, you're talking to them, you're
Yeah.
telling them all like your business, you're venting to them. You think you're trusting them, but then you talk about them.
And it's also
That's
like,
not okay.
I don't. And then sometimes they don't. They really just don't know, and it's that is sad. When I see that happening in real life, when I see people do that to their friends, I'm like, you were just talking about this person bad, and then you go and smile and talk to them as if you said nothing.
And it's like, how do you don't feel weird inside?
Right? You have to. There's just no way that you don't. Because me, first of all, I'm a snitch on myself. I might be like, well, I told you this, because honestly, if I would feel like, okay, if this person that I just told will go and tell you that I just said this, and I feel like I don't want her to know this, maybe one, I shouldn't have said it, or if I had an issue, I should have said something to you.
Mm-hmm.
And like, honestly, we don't do that as friends. Me and you do not. I don't feel like we tell each other when something bothers us with each other often. We won't say nothing, which is not good. But
no, it's not.
But like, I'm sure there's stuff that I do that will bother you, just like there will be
Mhm.
stuff that you do that will bother me.
Mhm.
Do we say stuff? No.
No,
But
I don't know
also,
why
I
we
don't
do
think
that.
I don't know because I feel like we would get uncomfortable. But also, it's like as a friend, you should be able to. Because I don't mind. Tell me because I like to fix
Yeah.
stuff. I do like to fix stuff about myself because I
Mhm.
don't want to be like I know I'll be doing something like, okay, girl, you need to relax. And I say that to myself all the time. Like, you're sitting right there, and I'm like, girl,
Relax.
calm down.
Mhm.
But like, I don't think it will ruin our friendship.
No.
Like,
no.
or the things
And
that
that's
do
what,
bother us about each other, I don't think that will ruin our friendship. And I think that's why it's
that's what
not.
I'm like, why wouldn't we just say
I don't
because I
know.
thought about that a couple weeks ago. I was like, we really don't like have
We
like
don't.
we use each other like as a diary. We've always said it. We've always been like a
Yeah.
diary to each other, but it's like
And it's never about one or the other.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I
like
don't
we'll
know.
tell each other if we're in the wrong. We'll always do that, and that's one thing I do like.
Yeah.
Like we'll tell each other like, "Am I stupid?
Yeah.
Like, am I?"
But
like,
I think that's why we go to each other. We like, should we do this? Should I say this or should I do?
yeah.
Like we do that for sure, and we do to like no, you need to do this if you're gonna do that. Like we'll do that.
I can't
a
say
lot
that
of
we're
times.
not honest.
Yeah, we're honest to each other about what
About-
it's so weird about what we should do as our own self. But like when it comes to like saying like Lene, you did this and I don't
It
like
hurt
when you
me
do
or
this.
something
Like
like-
yeah, we never do that.
Because then we end up being back like,
Yeah.
what's the point of even saying anything? That's what I thought about before. Cause I was like, what, is there a point?
Okay, see, no, because I don't do that with a. It's not just
Because
you
I'm
that
not
I
holding a grudge. If I was holding a grudge,
what I'm
I'll
saying.
be like,
because it's not,
ooh,
and that's what I think. Like it doesn't really bother. It doesn't affect our friendship at all. So it's like maybe that's why we don't do it. So it's like okay, she can do this. It's bothering me, but like she's still my friend. Like that's what it's gonna. It'll be like that because it's kind of like a sibling thing. Like
yeah.
my sisters do stuff that bother me all the time. Do I say stuff to them? No. Half the time I don't. But like they're still gonna be my sister because one, I love them, and like I do want a relationship with them. I'm just like cover move. The cover was moving.
Yeah, he learned how to do that.
It didn't fall, but it just moved and it was like he was like poking out. But like they're my sisters and I love them and I like having a relationship with them. But I don't ever tell them when stuff bothers me most of the time. So I'm just like, oh my god, they're gonna keep doing it. But it's like no, maybe if you say something, they won't keep doing it, Elena.
But the thing is, if I think about it, you don't keep doing what it was.
Because half the stuff, if I'm doing something,
Okay,
you know how he said something bothered him, and then I was like, immediately I'll stop because I'm like, don't like that. First of all, I don't like that I just did that, and then also he just told me that he did not like that. So instead of me being like, okay, let me process this because he said he didn't like this, let me take a few days and try to work on it. No. He said he didn't like it, so I'm going to start right then and there, and I'm never doing it again because it made him uncomfortable or it made him he didn't like that. So I feel like sometimes I'll catch myself like, oh, I don't want to do that because I don't want to make her feel like this or I don't want to make this person feel that way if it's a negative thing. And then I'm like, I just won't do that again. And I'll try to work and I'll consciously think about it. Often I'm like, okay, I don't want to do this again. So I'm just every time I feel like I'm about to do something that I know I don't like, then I'll just stop doing it.
That's fair because that's how I felt like when we first became friends. I don't even know how because you like we're kind of opposites with like
a lot of things.
Yeah. But I'm thinking about like love languages and stuff like that. Like I'm more of a touchy person. You're 100% not. So it's like me. Hold on, let me get my voice back because that was disgusting, and I was not about to keep talking over that. But it's like you are not a touchy person, and I snorted on camera. That's the first time I snorted on camera. Are you okay?
I almost died.
You know, my eyes was like, I was trying to get it together. I was like, I'm having a stroke right now. That was an actual stroke. Did you see my eyes?
Lene, no, I couldn't
eyes?
even look at you.
I'm gonna have to replay that one.
I almost died just now.
It went down the wrong pipe.
I don't know. I was trying to hold that in. I was like, I can't do this. God, you kept going. You did it for a long time. You're not a touchy Philly.
I was also thinking about mine. I was thinking about mine because I was like,
yeah, 30. God, I was.
But like I was saying, man, you're not a touchy person.
Yes.
But I am. Yeah. So it's like in the beginning of our friendship when you'd be like, oh my God, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me.
I
had to remember when we were younger, not now, before you change.
I did not do that. I didn't. I don't remember doing that. I really don't.
Because there's a reason why I don't touch you that often. So it's stuck.
I'm not. I don't. I really don't like. Okay, I'll hug my mom.
I said no.
But it's very rare, very, very, very rare where I want somebody to touch me.
Mhm.
But I will hug my mom.
Mhm.
I will hug her anytime, 24/7. Not for a long time, but I will hug her. But my mom is the same way. Like we will hug each other. But like if somebody else hugs us, we're like, hey, like we'll do that.
Mhm.
But it's not. We are more on the same page than her and my sisters. Like she don't like. I mean, I'm not saying she doesn't like when they hug her, but it's just like okay, y'all do too much. So that's how we feel about everybody else. But me and her will hug. But it's like I don't know. I just never really. I don't know why. I just don't like it. But it's not that I don't like you.
I know. That was like the boundary part with friendships. Like you said, like how you said, if you did something to me, you would stop it. Mm-hmm. And how I did that, I stopped it.
What did I do? What did I say?
I don't like being touched. And I always ring my house like, oh shoot. And you be like, I told you I said I don't like being touched. And I'd be like, well. And I'd be like, I can't get mad because you did say that.
That part I can't change that about myself. But
and I remember that. I was like, I think it was like 16. I was like, well, she did say that. I can't even say it because that's what you said.
I don't know.
And it didn't make me stop being friends because like, why would I stop being
friends? Because it's not that serious. It's not that. It's not. You gotta touch me that bad that you gonna stop being my friend.
I can't touch her, so I ain't gonna be a friend.
Like that's crazy. And like I will give a hug every now and then, but not really.
I know you play too much in other ways.
Because
you show your affection in other ways.
Exactly. So it'll be different. I'm a gift giver and what other stuff do I do?
Like playfulness. I feel like that's your way of doing that. You're super playful, even though you don't like being touched. It's very weird.
I just do funny stuff.
I know.
Like this.
But you're very considerate, I say. Like you would think about somebody's feelings before I even think about my feelings. I'd be like, well, maybe I did feel like that. I don't know. I didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the thought. Like,
or like I will definitely. I will take up for you before I take up for myself. Mm-hmm. But that's how that's my way. Cause like I just rather do stuff. I'll just do things for you.
That's fair. I feel like I'm too overprotective of you. Yeah, cause like when something happened to you, I'd be like ready to fight or ready to get mad real.
That's why when you tell me stuff that somebody did, and I'm just like, why was I not there? I'm not saying it because I want to see it happen. I'm saying it because why wasn't I there? Because everybody's feelings would have been hurt. Not trying to be rude, but everybody's feelings would be hurt, and everybody's gonna get knocked into reality if I'm there. Because don't be like that. But anyway, that's besides the point.
It's like, why not have friends like that? Like, why would you not want to have friends like that? Why would you want to have friends? Well, that's on you. I would be so hurt if you told me, like, if I'm going through something, you're like, well, that's on you. I'd be like, what's the point of being my friend?
Like, you have to, even if you can't, I'm not saying that you'll be able to fix the situation. That's not that's not the intention of being there for a friend, is to fix the situation. Being there for a friend is just being there to vent to give some type of advice, something, or be like, hey, you want to just go for a ride, or you want to go for a walk, you want to go to the beach, something to get, like, just something. Be a friend. I don't know. Like, it's not just, oh, they'll get over it, or don't say, call me when you need me, and then when it's time for you to be there, you won't be there. Even if it's not physically, it could be emotionally, mentally, verbally, something. But that's too much to ask for.
Yeah, like being someone that someone cannot count on, that would make me sad because I feel like I failed as a human.
Mhm.
Like, because we all came in here, we all go through stuff, and it's like you can't stop for a second in your life to connect with someone.
That's where it kind of goes into the part where I said, like, when I see a lot of people like, oh, we're grown, we don't have to talk 24/7. First of all, no, you don't have to talk 24/7, and that's not what people mean when they say talk to your friends. This is like, but if you can go weeks and months and years without talking to your friend, I do not think that that is normal,
I
because
don't think we are friends.
you can't go days and weeks and months without talking to your mom if she's here, or
Mm-hmm.
talking to your dad or your sister or whatever. So why can you do that to a friend? That I never will understand. That's why I'm like, this is why my friendship and family is on the same level, because I'm like, I would treat you just like how I treat my sister. Like, no, that doesn't make any sense to me when people say that, because I can't go that long without talking to you.
No, and then imagine like so many things in my life probably have happened. Like maybe a family member died.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm having a really rough week. Maybe I'm close to committing suicide. You never
Yeah.
know. But you're saying you're my friend. Where have you been through all these trials of my
Exactly. And
life?
then even if I don't say anything, like, even if I am going through something, maybe if I don't even say anything, that's fine. But like, what if I was willing to say something to you, but you just never are around to talk or anything?
Never
And I
available.
am not a needy person. Me personally, like, I'm not a needy person, and like, but even though, like, I feel like I am more, what is the word? What is I don't know what that word is. Like, I'm more to myself. Even like in the friendship, I'm more to myself. Like, I don't say a lot of things as far as feelings from myself, my own feelings. But you are, like, you will be, you're more susceptible to telling me how you feel before I'm like susceptible to telling
Mhm.
you how I feel.
Mhm.
So that I know that, like, I know that, so I will be like, okay, let me go check on Lene. Like, but I wouldn't care if you didn't check on me. Not like that.
I
Not like
know.
that. But like,
I know.
I would do it first, because I'm like, okay, she's more open than I am as far as how I'm feeling. So then I would do that for you, because I know that's how you are.
Mhm.
So like, you understand that about me. Like, okay, she's not gonna really say much anyway, but you'll still check on me, and I'm not saying that you wouldn't, but like,
I would still do it. It's just I know I'm not gonna get like a
exactly.
whole.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
gonna
will.
expect a lot from
But
you.
also, that's a me thing. That doesn't have nothing to do with you or anybody. Honestly, that's
Because I'm
just
gonna still
me.
ask you again.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with you. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, even if they say like, oh, they're okay. They don't mind if you don't ask them if they're okay or whatever. It's like, okay, that might be true, but
What if that one time you didn't, they actually needed you the most?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just,
Because I feel like it's like doing your part. You know, like
yeah.
even though you don't say anything, and I could easily just be like, well, she's not gonna care regardless.
Mhm.
No, I'm still doing my part and still
Mhm.
showing you that even though you don't talk or you can't communicate your feelings the way you might feel like you want to, or if you
Mhm.
don't want to, I still did
Mhm.
my part of asking you.
Yeah.
It's those small things that count, not me
Exactly.
going
And it's
all
like,
out for you. And I feel like that's another thing. Friends, people are trying to boast their friendship, boast it like it's some. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like,
and some,
but looking inward, is it really that good of a friendship?
because even like when they do all of that, I'm looking at like, there doesn't even seem to be like a genuine connection. Like, how all
No.
throughout like school and stuff, and even now, how people view us, it's
Mhm.
like they see one, they expect the other, and it's like, or they see, like, they're always like, we always hear, I hope y'all stay friends. Like, I hope y'all are
Mhm.
always going to be
Always
friends. We
heard that.
always heard that. We didn't have to say anything. We didn't have to do anything. It was just like us walking into a room, and they're just like, they're just already smiling. They're just like, I just hope y'all stay friends. Like, they
Mhm.
say that all the time. I feel like that is like a genuine connection. I feel like a lot of people don't experience that, because their friendship just doesn't come off genuine. It just looks like something they want to
To
post or
force.
something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Like I have friends, I'm friends with them, or and like using
or I love
friends for
y'all, I
your
love you.
gain.
Like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like you,
For your own personal like plus points, and that's not what friendship is.
and
It
it
should
doesn't
be,
look
yeah,
good.
it should be something that you want, genuinely want, not I'm gonna be friends with you just so I can get like little bonus points added on to me. It's like
And
that's
it's
not what
because
life
that's all
is.
it ever looks like, especially when they post about it and stuff. I'm just like, what are you getting out of this? And why couldn't this paragraph for their birthday be sent directly to them? Why did it have to be posted? And I post you on your birthday and I say happy birthday, but like I also tell you happy birthday to you on the phone. Like I will text you happy birthday before I even post anything.
That'll be later when you
Yeah,
post it
exactly.
anyway.
It's like that doesn't have to be a thing to show that you're friends with somebody or that you care about somebody. Like we don't have to know that. We'll see that anyway, just based on your friendship, like just seeing you. We don't have to see it because you're posting it. And I don't know, it's just so weird. Friendship is weird nowadays in general. Like I hardly ever see like a genuine friendship or a friendship that lasts. Because half the time they're friends and then the next minute they're not.
And it's like, do you know why? If it was a good friendship, wouldn't it? And it's like
it would always last. If it's a genuine good friendship, it's gonna last. It really will.
Especially if there's love there, genuine love, not just I love you just to say it.
Well, that's where the unconditional love comes in, and it's a lot of people do not have that, especially in friendship. Friendships are so disposable. It seems like because people don't realize like if you're going to have a friend, why can't you love them unconditionally like you love your mom? Well, why is it so hard? It's love. Love is love. Like why does it have to stop at a certain point because you're my friend? Like okay, I can't love you this much because you're not my family. Like that makes absolutely no sense.
Because that's one thing I've had to deal with. Because like sometimes like our mom. I noticed this happened to you before. I'm trying to be general and not go too much in detail, but I've had a friend who was like going through stuff and it like really, really bad. And then you'll call your mom and be like, hey, you shouldn't be friends with that type of person. But it's like, what if this happened to me?
So then I can't just, with me.
Yeah. So it's like, I can't just say I will not be friends with just because of this one incident because that's not a friend. To me, that's not a friend because that means as soon as something in your life happens to you, I'm out of there. I'm gone. And I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me.
You know how I told you like I'll just say somebody said like they wouldn't be friends with their friend if they got pregnant or they had a kid. And it's like, okay, I don't like kids. I don't. But if you were to tell me that you were pregnant and I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, let they know we're not friends no more. Like I could not imagine doing that. I might be disappointed or something. I might be like, like we gotta do that, but
that's a normal thing. And then especially if you know that person wants to have kids one day.
Yeah.
So that means eventually, when that person in their life chooses to have a child that they've always wanted, you're out.
That's crazy.
That's sad.
And I couldn't imagine. I couldn't in any circumstance. It doesn't have to do anything with like getting pregnant or having a kid or anything. It's just like if anything happens that I don't agree with, and you've done things that I don't agree with, like obviously, but I'm not gonna sit there and be like, yeah, we're not friends because everybody makes mistakes, and you didn't do it to me. It's just you just did things that I didn't agree with. But I'm like, okay, you get older, you mature, you learn from your mistakes. You don't keep repeating them. So it's like I should be able to just be like, okay, like we got to work on this. Like don't keep doing this. But
and that's
like
a whole nother thing. Now, if you see a pattern that's not okay, you see like the person's going downward and y'all are not going in alignment with each other. Now that's a whole different story.
But I also feel like if that is the case, how about have a talk?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
mean, before the friendship
ends. Yeah.
But people skip over everything. They're just like, oh yeah, you doing this? Yeah, we're not friends no more. It's like, did you tell them that you didn't like it before you just stopped? Or did you help them? Like, did you say like, hey, that's not a good idea as a friend? Like, do you care enough to be like, that does not look good. Like, you should not be doing this.
Yeah, because like with me and you, like how I was going a different path, but you would stop and talk to me and like open my mind.
And
like, hey,
I didn't let you know, and there were times where I should have said
it sooner.
I should have said things like I should have been like, Lene, you don't be with this person or don't do these things. I should have said it in that moment and not just waited until we were having a conversation about something. There were times that should have happened, but either way, it was still going to get said. Like, it wasn't like I was not going to say something, but it's just like sometimes it should have been done sooner or like in that moment. But like, I don't know. I guess that comes into where we don't really say things like that are bothering us about each other when we should. So I think that's probably where that comes in. But like, I will not Now if it was getting to a point where it was like it looked like you didn't have any way of turning back, like going the right route, then I would be like, okay, like this is not good. But I don't think I ever felt like that would happen.
No,
I feel like you were just
living.
Yeah, you were just doing your own thing. But I guess maybe I should have said something sooner. I don't know.
I feel like it happened how it happened because like all my mistakes that I've made and all the decisions I feel like that was supposed to happen because I'm the type of person I need to learn through experience, and I feel like that's why our paths are so different. You don't need the experience. I feel like once you do your thing,
but we did talk about that before.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I need the experience.
Why
I need
though?
to know. I don't know, but I just feel like I need to see on my own.
But why? If somebody
I
telling you that
don't know why I do that. I just feel like that's just how I am, and I've always been that way. I've always been that way. Now that I think about it, I've always been that way.
I have not.
I know, and that's what we're.
But only it's because it's like I just see so many things, and I just get like
I'm like
completely turned off. Where I'm like, I don't even want to know how that feels because, ew. Because really, it's because of the people. It's like the way they just look and funny. The way it's like I see something way deeper. I guess like it could be something so simple. But it's a bad mistake. But it could be a simple bad mistake or something. Or a bad choice or whatever. And I'm looking, I'm like, they may look happy or something, but it's like I'm seeing something else. It's like you not good. You're not good. Like you're not what you think you are. And I see it, so it just makes me feel like I don't even want to experience it. I don't want to try it. I don't want to do it. Cause like.
But that's how I learn now. I learned the differences.
Because when you used to tell me that like a long time ago, I'm like, why do you need to? Why? If I'm especially me, because I always when you ask me if you should do something, I'm like, Lene, no, because and then I tell you exactly step by step what's going to happen, and you still go do it, and I'm like, and then you kind of like, Lena, it happened. I'm like, yeah, I know it did because I told you it would. So and then that's the times where I come in and I'm like, Lene, I already know. Like I already know.
Am I rebellious? Is
I don't even know if that's what it is. Maybe it's just what you said. You just feel like you need to experience it. But then that's when I'm like, all right, okay. So that's one thing that bothers me about you. No, that's what I'm thinking about it. Because that's what I'm thinking about. Because okay, that is one thing. That is one thing then. Because I'm like, okay, I'm telling you this, and then you'll come and tell me, and I'm like. Well, first of all, why are you telling me like I didn't already tell you what was getting ready to happen? You telling me like it's a brand new story. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I think about all the time, man.
See, and at that moment, okay, sometimes like even though it did bother me, like it didn't bother me to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm about to tell her now that it's bothering me. It'll be like, okay, let her vent and talk about it, and then I'll forget that it's bothering me because I'm just like, okay, but why you didn't like? We'll just talk or whatever. But like but for the most part, that is one thing that does bother me. Because like, why are you telling me when I just told you that this is going to happen, girl?
I can't help it.
Yes, you can.
Well, now I can.
You can be conscious of it now.
Now I'm more conscious.
But I did already tell you that before. I did tell you that before.
What, man?
That you do exactly what I just told you that you do. Man. I told you that. Yeah. And you're like, well, I got to experience it. I got to experience it.
It's different. It hit different.
Does it?
I mean, like.
Why? How? Because you do this with too many things.
Man, it's like turning into a therapy session,
It's not a therapy session. It's a friendship session. Okay, what? I don't understand. It don't matter. That's none of my business.
Because I'm thinking, what are you thinking?
I don't know.
Because I'm thinking about like,
what are you talking about?
I'm thinking about like going out, like when I go out, like when I went to the rave and stuff like that. Even though you said I don't think that's a good idea, and I was like, I want to see what it was by myself. That's why I was thinking stuff like that.
Yes, but then when. Okay, that's a perfect example. And because then I told you what was going to happen.
But I didn't know much about it, and then I still went. After you told me.
And then you always say, "How you right about everything?" And then when you say that, I'm like, "If I'm right about everything, then why this girl still went?" And then I'm
but
like,
I love the music. The music was great. It's just the environment was not so great. It was not. So
I told you exactly what was going to happen. Just like the same thing with friends. The same thing with anything that you tell me about, and I'm telling you, all right, this is gonna happen. And I know sometimes it may seem like I'm being negative, and I feel like that. I told my mom that one time. I was like, maybe it comes off as if I'm being negative, so I kind of just tend not. I try not to say it. I try not to something in my throat. So I try not to say anything because I don't ever want to come off like I'm being like a negative person.
Nelly, yeah.
So I'm like, let me just not say nothing.
But I never interpreted that way. It felt like it felt like advice.
You may not, but like that's like advice. Me. That's like a mental thing for me.
I want to know now. I do want to know why I do that.
Me too. I do, because if I'm telling you,
because I'm thinking, is it like a rebel? Because I'm not.
Well, who you rebelling against? Because I'm just trying to help you out.
I don't know. That's what I'm like. I don't know if it's rebellion. Because it's just, I think that's just the way I process things. I don't know.
You could have avoided so many situations.
I know that, and I look back and like, dang, I could have just not done that. But it's like, no, I'm kind of happy that I am that way because like it helped me.
No, I am. Don't be happy with that.
I am happy because imagine if I didn't go through it. And
okay,
I
but
know.
do you still do it?
Huh?
Do you still do it? No.
No. I haven't done it in a while. Since the rave, I haven't done it. Think about it. I haven't done it.
I don't know.
You ain't give me no advice.
Okay. Call me a bad friend.
Oh my God. I'm thinking about it like that.
You don't give me advice, so okay. Dang.
That's not what I meant. I have not been in a situation lately to do that. I have not. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I don't know.
Yes, it is.
I've done it recently. Tell me what it
is. I'm not talking about it right now.
Oh my God.
Do you want them to know all your business? No, exactly. It's not that bad.
We're gonna go ahead and end the video off here, folks. Because I need to know.
No, you don't.
Oh my God.
And we can end it, but that you still. I'm not
going
to
to
tell you right
it's
now.
47 minutes.
That is not that long.
But as you can see,
this is a good part to end it, actually.
We still have stuff. Everybody has stuff, but we are still always gonna be friends. Like even though she's about to tell me whatever she's about to tell me,
I'm not telling her anything because it's not that serious.
It just defeated the whole purpose of
Girl, I'll tell you.
Anywho, thanks for coming again. The moral of the story is
that was terrible because we did not do what we said.